Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is David T. Kramer. Today we're going to talk a little bit about metaphysics. Metaphysics is the study of existence. The study of all of that which exists in the universe, we could say. We could say it's a branch of philosophy which is concerned with the fundamental nature of existence. And of course, when we talk about existence, we're talking about those things which actually do exist. So it's kind of beneficial to think of things in the world as being existents. It's also beneficial to recognize that for the most part there are two types of existence. There is the nature-made, or what Ayn Rand called the metaphysically given, and then there is the human-made existents, those existents which are made by human beings, and in sociology we call human-made existents, we call those culture. Energy, molecules, and gravity are nature-made. Energy, molecules, and gravity are metaphysically given. Energy, molecules, and gravity follow cause and effect laws of nature. How cool is it that the Chinese, 1700 years before present, invented sky lanterns? They figured out that they could rearrange the metaphysically given to overcome gravity and to create a lantern that would rise up into the sky. And of course what they did was they heated air molecules and captured those heated air molecules in an envelope, and that would rise up into the sky. How cool is it that in 1793, this guy named Francois, I'm sure his name was Francois, he was from France, conducted the very first human balloon flight, 1793, using a wicker basket. And when we look at hot air balloons today, we see that they still follow the same concepts that were developed way back 1700 BP, but of course with modern technology. Propane tanks provide fuel, which is then burned. Burning that fuel heats the air molecules. The air molecules are then captured in an envelope, and we get to stand in the wicker basket and go for a really cool ride. When you look at a hot air balloon, you see both metaphysically given existence and also human-made existence or material culture. You may want to be careful though. You don't really want to create your own hot air balloon and go for a ride until you follow some of the other human-made existence, and that would be the norms, the laws that humans have created concerning hot air balloon flight here in the United States. To fly a hot air balloon legally, and remember laws are human-made existence also, one must be a licensed hot air balloon pilot, and one must have his hot air balloon inspected on a regular basis. Let's think about some things that can or cannot be changed, some existence. When we look around the environment, we see that we have these metaphysically given existence, and we also have culture, human-made existence. Which of these can be changed and which cannot be changed? Tornadoes. An earthquake. One's genes. Well, we really cannot change a tornado. A tornado is nature-made. It's a metaphysically given. Tornadoes follow natural laws. But how cool is it that we can understand tornadoes to the level that they can be understood today, to the point that the National Weather Service is able to predict, sometimes a day or two ahead of time, where tornadoes are likely to occur in a fairly large geographical area. And then, hours before tornadoes occur, they are able to issue watches which give us an even more specified geographical region. And then 20 minutes, 30 minutes before a tornado actually strikes, because they image the thunderstorm, the tornadic producing thunderstorm, they are actually able to issue warnings. So we cannot really change a tornado, but we are able to take cover when a warning is issued, because human beings have rearranged the metaphysically given from the standpoint of creating imaging devices, from the standpoint of understanding the natural laws to a fairly high degree, the natural laws that cause tornadoes, and with the really cool communication devices that have been created by rearranging the metaphysically given, we are able to receive warnings and take cover in tornado-proof structures. Structures which may be a safe room above ground or maybe below ground. Earthquakes, similar kind of thing. Earthquakes are nature-made, really cannot change a tornado or an earthquake, but kind of getting to the point where a lot of times we get some warning when an earthquake is going to occur. Also, we can build structures that are more likely to be earthquake proof, earthquake resistant is probably a better term to use there. What about our genes? What about the genes that I inherited from my mom, from my dad? Well, really can't change those, but the way those genes are expressed, what we call the phenotype, can be impacted by decisions that I make. For example, I have a tendency towards high cholesterol, but by changing my diet and exercise, I am able to change the way my liver deals with cholesterol. Time, here again, time is sort of a metaphysically given phenomenon. It is. Time marches on. We're born, we live, we die. We have a scarce amount of time. Really cannot change time, but we can make good use of our time, and hopefully that's something that everybody does. The sun, here again, metaphysically given, not something you can really change, but you can change your exposure to the sun. You can change how you use the solar energy, those kinds of things. Continental drift, metaphysically given, not something so much that can be changed. Kind of like earthquakes. What about my actions? What about your actions? What about one's own actions? Can we be self-determining? Yes, we can. Human beings think, they plan, they act, they select an end goal, something that they want to achieve, and then they select the means that they believe will achieve that end goal. So yes, we can change our own actions. Another person's actions, really not so much. You might persuade somebody, you might influence somebody, but really everybody is in control of their own mind, their own body. Slavery is one of those cultural phenomenon, one of those social institutions that was created and for the most part has been abolished. So yes, slavery can be changed. Feudalism, here again, a human-made social institution where you have the clergy that pray for all, the nobility that fight for all, and the peasants or the serfs who pay for all, pretty much have gotten rid of that as well. So yes, it's a human-made cultural phenomenon that can be changed. Inflation, in other words, the fact that our money loses purchasing power, yes, it can be changed. We know that the central bank or the Federal Reserve is the source of inflation, and yes, that could be changed. Okay, in the interest of summing this up and concluding our little talk about metaphysics, let's take a quiz. Metaphysics is A, a super powerful laxative, B, a new exercise program to make you very strong, C, recommendations on how to study for your physical science examination, D, a branch of philosophy concerned with the fundamental nature of all that exists, or none of the above. And if you said D, a branch of philosophy concerned with the fundamental nature of all that exists, in other words, the study of existence, you are correct. An existent is a technical word for an individual frame in a movie. True or false? Well, in this case, you'll want to say false because we said an existent is anything which exists. And yes, that would include individual frames in a movie, but in this situation, we need to have a more general term definition. Okay, in order to create, humans rearrange the blank given. Educationally given, B, governmentally given, C, metaphysically given, D, heavenly given, or E, none of the above. If you said metaphysically given, C, then you are correct. Francis Bacon said one must blank nature in order to control nature. A, obey nature, B, love nature, C, blame nature, D, hate nature, or E, ignore nature. Well, logically, if you want to overcome gravity, for example, then you rearrange the metaphysically given, and you rearrange that metaphysically given in such a way that you are obeying the natural laws. We heat the air molecules expand into the envelope, and it allows us the opportunity to overcome nature and to fly. So if you said obey nature, if you said A, obey nature, then you are absolutely correct. Alrighty, folks. Thank you very much for your participation, and goodbye.